Hey all, Dan here again with Periodic Audio, and today I'm going to talk to you about something old that we made new. It's our beryllium. In fact, you may look at these and go, hey, these look a little different. That's not normal. Well, surprise, we've redesigned our IEMs. A couple big things that we did. First, don't worry, we didn't hurt the sound. The sound is just as good, in fact, if not a little cleaner than it was before. Same transducers are inside. We designed everything originally. We just kind of upgraded some of the parts. We'll get into that later. But first, I'm going to talk about the sound of the berylliums. Berylliums tend to be our most popular IEM. As I tell people, they're pretty much a master of all genres. They really don't suck at any of them. So if you really need an IEM that covers every single thing you could listen to and does it really, really well, by far and away, beryllium's the way to go. Carbon may be better in some areas, titanium better in some areas, magnesium better in some areas, but overall, beryllium's kind of the jack of all trades and actually a master of all trades. By far and away, our most popular selling IEM too. It's just a great sounding unit. Designed, of course, right here, uses beryllium foil for the diaphragm, so you got nice crisp sound, no distortion, really extended bandwidth, really extended deep, so you get really almost a tactile kind of bass response, and it's just lacking of any coloration. So that's kind of beryllium. Very neutral 32 ohm load, so it's very, very easy drive. You know, you could drive it with any cell phone or any tablet without an issue at all. And then you add like our little rhodium or nickel on top of it, oh my God, you got a whole little audio system there. So let's get back to the IEM redesign. A couple things. Number one, we found a new plastic we're using. This is actually no longer polycarbonate. You know, we used to be big fans of polycarbonates, and we still are. They're great materials. Acoustically, a polycarbonate is much better than an ABS, and it's vastly better than metal. I mean, you make bells and cymbals out of metal. You don't make them out of plastic for a reason, because metals ring, plastics don't. Polycarbonate was the least ringy of all the plastics out there. But we did a 3-year research project. Yeah, 3 years of research with Eastman Chemicals, one of the largest plastics copolymer companies in the world. Massive corporation. They came and approached us and said, could we do some research into the acoustic property of different plastics? We said, yes, we're very interested as well. We spent 3 years researching literally hundreds of different plastics, doing measurements, making actual parts with them, doing the mechanical science, doing the material science, figuring out what's going on. And we ended up settling on, for our own purposes, this material here. It's a Triton blend. They've got multiple different blends. This is a Triton blend. It's actually much lower resonance than polycarbonate. What that means is when energy goes into this material, it just dies. It doesn't come back out. It doesn't ring. It doesn't continue to make bad sound. That's what Triton brings to you, which is a great material to work with. So it just cleans up the sound even much more. At the same time, we took some of the knowledge we've learned and some of the experience we had and redesigned the outside a little bit, but also, you know, you can see it's a little more rounded on the end here. That's good. But also cleaned up some of the internals too to reduce reflections even more. So this just, it doesn't change the tonality or the distortion characteristics, it just lowers the noise floor of the transducer and the speaker itself, so you just hear more details. But lastly, probably the most important thing we did was, we've got connectors. We designed our own little 2.5 millimeter connector. So this is a standard 2.5 millimeter plug, as you can see here. That's our own little tiny jack that we designed on our own side. And what that does is allow us to work with any 2.5 millimeter headphone cable on the market. Now you might say, well, I don't know about those, so there aren't that many of them. Actually, there's lots. A lot of the bigger over-ear units from Sennheiser and AKG and all the other brands, a lot of times they use 2.5 millimeter jacks. Why do we go to 2.5 millimeter? Couple things. Number one, there's no orientation. Like all those 2 pins that you got, there's no orientation. This is a true TS connection. So you just insert it and you don't have to worry about it. Number two, it's way more mechanical reliable and strong than an MMCX. MMCXs last for about 50 to 60 insertions. This thing we tested to over 1,000 insertions and over 10,000 rotations. It's going to last forever. This thing will not break. It'll hold on really well, but not overly tight. You can still pull them apart, but they hold on fairly well. That's a big thing. So that's why we went with 2.5 millimeter. That required us to design our own jack. There'll be another video coming out on the jack. We call it the IDEEL Connector. You'll learn why it's called IDEEL in the future. But that's what's in here. Anyway, so this is the new design for our unit. We've got an upgraded cable. It's cloth wrapped. Basically, it's a woven polyester. People really like it. We got metal reinforcements and a splitter. We even added a little tension adjuster on the cable. Overall, this is a brand new unit, significantly upgraded, better plastics, better design, more reliable design. We're getting even higher yields, so it's gonna be tighter match across everything. Better cable overall. Great price. price, $3.99 out of our store. That's where these come. You're going to find them through all of our dealers, distributors worldwide pretty soon here. So anyway, I just want to introduce you to beryllium. If you're looking for an IEM that can do basically anything and be driven by just about anything, this is your guy, the beryllium by Periodic Audio. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.